The R&B star delivered a career-spanning performance, complete with shirtless crooning, high-energy dancing, and appearances from Alicia Keys, Ludacris, Lil Jon, will.i.am, and her. The 45-year-old resident star of Vegas, with all due respect to Adele, opened his Super Bowl halftime show, an achievement explicitly aimed as both a celebration of his 30-year career and a continuation of it. Bedecked in regal white suits, flanked with circus performers, and meticulously, mellifluously hitting his marks. The 15-minute show, an extra 2 on the normal runtime to account for his vast catalogue, was a frenetic and daring, even at times chaotic and uncharacteristically wobbly display of showmanship from a performer who has no reason to prove his bona fides but went on nevertheless. His mic was live, dance moves locked and loaded, and at one point roller skates on. Ever the audience pleaser and libido disruptor, the show opened with a mock U rating from Apple Music for risks of gyrating that may cause relationship issues. Usher turned the football field into a cornucopia of dance gymnastics and nearly sprinted through a nostalgia tour of hits. This was to be the climax of the Usher Renaissance, his trainer's efforts to turn the country on and back to R&B with his new album Coming Home, released just 2 days before his legacy cementing show. Usher seemed at times to feel the weight of the moment, particularly in the first half. Hustling for the mark, drenched in sweat, letting the backing track take few notes, one could detect the flurry of nerves. The songs barely had time to land, let alone deliver the type of ecstatic, carnal punch that is Usher's mark. Opener cut up backflipped into You Don't Have to Call into Superstar into Love in This Club, in what felt like the blink of an eye. Perhaps it was because attempting to keep eyes on the singer amid the cacophonous choreography and tracking camera made time fly. But Usher is, by now, a statesman in the art of big tent performance. If he seemed to struggle at times to keep up with his own blistery pace, he also never missed a note. His voice has velvety and limber as ever, the rococo turns of his falsetto intact. Not that there were many opportunities to sit with it, for better and at times for worse. The heavy lift of his stacks was spread to many hands and a 14-song setlist trying to do much. Alicia Keys, resplendent in a red cape and leotard, brought the show to a much-needed simmer with If I Ain't Got You and overpowered Usher on My Boo. Jermaine Dupri hyped up a kneecapped version of Confession Part 2. To be fair, anything less than the whole story would disappoint. Her slayed on electric guitar for Bad Girl and You Got It Bad. will.i.am provided the backbone of OMG while everyone else was on wheels. Before the show, Usher promised 2 things: to take off his shirt and involve roller skates. The former, to Born, was titillating, giddy, fun. The latter, to OMG, was a turns thrilling. Backup dancers skating into splits, sick and stressful. Usher seemed one half glide from disaster. The wheel-sicked choreography, with a noticeably off-balance star, caught with an in-crowd Lil Jon singing turn down for what into a shaky calm, made me nostalgic for Rihanna's relaxed yet commanding take last year. Her disinterest in choreography cooling and shows usually blisteringly furious space. And yet there's strength in numbers. The full-on roster of songs, the dancers, the collaborators, the nostalgia, the hype, the skills. The show ended with a triumphant run-through of Radio Super Smash Yeah, with Lil Jon and Ludacris decked out in black and blue gladiatorial gear, Usher in a sparky ab-padded suit as if prepping for a final legacy battle. Altogether, as if the Avengers of mid-2000s dance party ubiquity, complete with a family-friendly, still bumping mix of Lil Jon's Get Low, the mood was a final exclamation point of charisma. You could see the stage literally bouncing. Victorious, Usher delivered a gleaming smile and put a final melismatic note on the indisputable. We asked to be entertained, and he has, for going on 30 years now, always delivered.